Hello students, welcome you all on my channel. It's been long, it was a long pause, but not to worry. I'm with the new topic related to the human physiology, nervous system. This is one of the vital system, and this nervous system is always in coordination with endocrine system. That's why all different activities of an animal's body are controlled and coordinated by two systems, the nervous system and the endocrine system. The nervous system and endocrine system. And in endocrine system is different, but hormones, neurohormones play vital role in coordination. So that's why every animal's body's activity, it related to the circulatory system, it related to excretory system, it related to digestive system, or itself the nervous system, are always in coordination with the endocrine system. So the nervous system is a specialized system of nerve cells, nerve fibers and organs that coordinate and control the different activities of body parts. This is done by converting internal and external stimuli of environmental changes into electrical impulse, which respond accordingly. See here, in the nervous system there are two vital things. The one is receptor and other is effector. In between receptor and effector, there will be nerve, and these nerves are responsible for transmission of impulses from one place to another place, not only one place to another place, for the response that I will tell you in the next topic when I will discuss about the reflex arc. See, in this video I'm going to discuss about the parts of the nervous system. So there is two main part of the nervous system. The one is the central nervous system and other is the peripheral nervous system. I will make one outline flow chart so that you can understand easily. So I'm going to draw. The first one is central nervous system, CNS, and the other one is peripheral nervous system, peripheral nervous system. Central nervous system is comprised of brain and spinal cord. It comprises of brain and spinal cord. It comprises of brain and spinal cord. And the peripheral nervous system, it comprises of, or it consists of two parts. Autonomic nervous system, autonomic nervous system, and voluntary nervous system. Voluntary nervous system. Autonomic nervous system is further divided into two parts. It is further divided into two parts. divided into two parts. The first one is sympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic nervous system, and parasympathetic nervous system. Parasympathetic nervous system. And this one, voluntary nervous system, it also consists of two parts. Cranial and spinal nerves. And this one is of 31 pairs. Now, this is the simple flow chart that determines the nervous system is divided into parts, and the central nervous system, brain and spinal cord. Peripheral nervous system, it also it is divided into two main parts: autonomic nervous system and voluntary nervous system. See, autonomic nervous system means the nerves, especially. What is peripheral nervous system? First, see, the nerves arise from the central nervous system are termed as peripheral nervous system, and the nerves which are arising from the peripheral nervous system, and it has involuntary control, means it is not under our control, that is called autonomic nervous system. Voluntary means they are under will of the person, and the sympathetic and parasympathetic both are antagonists to each other, that I will discuss later. But here, before discussing the central nervous system, I want to discuss about its layers, the parts, the layers which covers the brain and spinal cord, and they are the meninges. So, nervous system consists of brain and spinal cord. See, brain and spinal cord is simply modified form of dorsal tubular nerve cord in vertebrates, or you may say that simply it is modified form of brain and spinal cord in chordates. Brain is lodged in the cranium, and spinal cord is enclosed by vertebral column. So before discussing the brain, I want to discuss about the layers, the tissues of which protect the delicate organ, the brain as well as spinal cord, the meninges. The meninges. It is the protective covering of the brain and the spinal cord. Meninges present in brain as well as spinal cord. There are three meninges, and all the three meninges have its own specification, its own purpose. Any deviation in meninges leads to meningitis. Meningitis is inflammation of meninges, which leads to severe pain or severe ache, resulting headache. Actually, whenever most of you have experienced the headache, but actually the brain is paining. I'm not using the term ache. Ache is the correct term. Whenever you are feeling severe pain. Actually, it is not taking place in your brain, because brain cells are never responsive. They never give response towards the pain. So the meninges means any spasm in the meninges leads to the headache. The first part, the first one is the pyometer. First of all, it is the thinnest of all Meninges. It's the thinnest. It is thinnest of all meninges. It is pigmented. It is highly vascular. Highly vascular means it is a richly supplied with blood vessels and nerves. Neurons are there, and it also seats the cranial nerves. Very vital, important thing. It also seats the cranial nerves. It lies close to the brain. One important thing you must remember, it lies close to the brain. It is first Meninges. It is first Meninges. It is first Meninges. Always remember. After a pyometer, there is another meninges, and that meninges is known as arachnoid. Arachnoid is slightly, it is also thin, not highly vascular like that of pyometer, and it is wavy. The students, now the second one is the arachnoid. Arachnoid meninges. It is also thin. It is thin. Wavy. That I will make the diagram and demonstrate you with the help of a schematic diagram. Slightly vascular. It is second Meninges. There is one space present. That space is known as subarachnoid space. Subarachnoid. Arachnoid space present between arachnoid and pyometer, and this space is filled by, this subarachnoid space is filled by cerebrospinal fluid. The subarachnoid space is filled with CSF, cerebrospinal fluid. Actually, the cerebrospinal fluid is secreted from anterior and posterior choroid plexus. Anterior and posterior choroid plexus, that I will discuss the CSF in separate heading. Now the third one is the durameter. The durameter. it lies close to the cranium. It is toughest of all meninges. It is non-vascular, means no blood vessels is there, no neurons are there. It is toughest of all, and it lies close to the anterior. Sorry, it lies close to the region where it meets the cranium, means internal part of the cranium, not external part. So you must have been noted. The third one is dura mater. Dura mater. It is toughest. It is tough meninges. Non-vascular. Lies close to the cranium. And it is double layer, double layered. After that there is cranium. So this is all about the meninges, and the main purpose of meninges is the protection of the delicate organ, the brain. I'm going to make one schematic diagram that will help you to understand the location of each meninges and contribution to the brain. This structure is the skull, that is to say the cranium. This is the cranium. Below it there is closely lying with the anterior region of the cranium, it is dura mater. This is the arachnoid. Web-like structure. And this structure is, the first one is the pia mater. And as you know, the brain contains space. Inside the space, that space is filled with the CSF, and as I told you, the CSF is secreted from the anterior and posterior choroid plexus, and the space which is present in the brain is known as ventricles. There are 4 ventricles, two lateral ventricles known as paracele. The third one is known as diacele, and the fourth one is known as metacele. So collectively 4 ventricles are there, 2 laterals. They are collectively called the paracele. So these ventricles is here. Ventricle containing CSF, cerebrospinal fluid. making the nerves here, which are in the contact with the arachnoid. Blood vessels and nerves are there. See. This structure, they are the blood vessels. They are the blood vessels. This structure, this is the pia mater. First meninx. This is the number one. This structure, this is known as arachnoid. Arachnoid meninx. It is the second one. And the third and the most toughest of all the meninx is the dura mater. Dura mater. And this is the cranium. This is the web-like structure. The webby structure contain the CSF, the cerebrospinal fluid. This is space containing the cerebrospinal fluid. The space, subarachnoid space, subarachnoid space containing CSF, cerebrospinal fluid. As I told you, the four ventricles are there. Four ventricles are there. These four ventricles containing the cerebrospinal fluid, and this is the first meninx which seats the brain, and also it is responsible for emergence of the cranial nerves which are arising from the central nervous system. This hollow space is called the slight empty space. Not empty, it is filled with the CSF. It is known as subarachnoid space. It containing cerebrospinal fluid. This is the web-like structure. This is the characteristic of the arachnoid matter. It is the meninx, and the toughest of all is the dura mater. And after that, there is cranium, and another layer above the cranium is called periosteum. Is there? Periosteum is present in all the bones. So it's all about the nervous system introduction. In my next video, I will discuss about the cerebrospinal fluid, the peripheral nervous system, and the brain. Thank you very much for watching my channel. Stay tuned with the channel, more to come, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my channel. Thank you very much.